Good morning. Today is day 3. We're still alive. We stayed at Hawk Mountain campsite last night, as you know, and we packed up this morning, heading out about 9. And we are headed for Gooch Mt today, which is 8.4 miles, and it's supposed to be pretty mountainous and difficult. So I'm a little worried, but it should be fine. We will see. Last night we slept pretty good, a lot better than the night before, which was really windy. Got down to about 42 last night. We know this because a ridge runner told us. He was really nice. And there were several other people at the campsite last night. Really cool campsite, 30 tent sites. And we were probably about like the second person there. We got there pretty early yesterday, but it filled up as the afternoon went on. A ridge runner is someone who, they work for the ATC, which is the Appalachian Trail Conservancy, and I'm not sure how much they're paid. I think pretty little, but like this guy, he works like during the week and then he has his weekends off. He has a long weekend, and what he does is he comes out here on the Appalachian Trail, and he has like a vicinity between maybe 3 or 4 shelters, and he just goes between them, hikes between them every day, stays at one every night, talks to the through hikers, sees if anyone has any questions. Like last night he helped someone set up her tarp tent, which can be kind of difficult to set up. And what else does he do?
Help enforce leave no trace principles.
Oh yeah, leave no trace is basically you don't want to leave any trace that you've ever been there. So you pack all your garbage out. You don't want to leave anything behind. So that's very important to keeping the trail in good shape. And period. That's all I know.
Maybe you should stop.
Kind of in the bare trees again. A day ago it was all green vegetation, so it's just interesting how things can change so quickly. It's really nice out today. I don't know what the temp is, but it's not too cold, and the main thing is it's not windy. Well, we just did one little mountain and we're into our second little hill mountain. And we have a couple more little ones, and then we have a huge one, Sassafras Mountain. It goes like straight uphill. Do you remember the elevation? Anyway, it's gonna be a doozy. So, but the good news is after that, it's smooth sailing downhill to our next shelter, Gooch Mt shelter. So here we go. One thing I wanted to mention is we were talking to a hiker last night who attempted it last year, and he got about 700 miles in, and we were talking to him about how tired we were, and our legs felt like we were walking through molasses, and it was just so hard to lift them at the end of yesterday and stuff. And he's like, you know what, you guys, in 2 to 3 weeks you will be setting down camp, eating breakfast, and shooting out of camp so quickly you won't even believe it, and you'll be hiking 14-15 miles like it's no big deal. He said, trust me, he said, it gets not so much easier. I mean, it does get easier. It's still hard, but your body can do so much more after you train it. So that was really kind of uplifting to hear that, you know, maybe 2 to 3 more weeks and we'll start feeling like our legs are, you know, being a little bit more trained to hike these hills. So we think that's Sassafras Mountain right in front of us there. Looks like a long ways away, doesn't it? It's gonna be a doozy, but we can do it. Here we are at the base of Sassafras. Took a little break. We're about to go up. We're at the top of Sassafras.
Sassafras can kiss my ass.
We kicked Sassafras's ass. Now we're going down. Then we have another mountain to climb. Actually, we feel great. We're having the time of our life out here, and this is what it's about. Doing one mountain after another. This trail looks so nice and innocent, but it's a big drop off. It's really pretty in here though. So some of you might be wondering how Greg and I are doing without having our coffee in the morning, because we are very much coffee people. And we've decided to go without for the most part, unless we're in towns or trail towns or at a hostel. Of course, then we're going to have some. But we've decided not to use our stove in the morning, so that means no coffee. And we're actually doing really well. I've gotten a slight headache once, and Greg has gotten a slight headache once. But, you know, we're also putting our bodies through something that it's never been through before, so not sure if it's related to the caffeine withdrawal or not. So we're doing pretty good with that. Oh, but I did see a girl this morning who was leaving camp, headed out on her hike, and she had a coffee mug in her hand, and she was drinking coffee, and I was really jealous. But good for her. She worked it out how to do it, and she's doing it. We could have done it too, but this is just our decision. So we made it to our shelter, Gooch Mountain shelter, and laying in the tent. It feels really good to lay down. We just finished eating, and the shelter is pretty full tonight. They have another ridge runner here, and he's helping people find a tent site. There's only 6 designated tent sites, and we got one because we got here like at 3. But there's some other level areas, and he's helping people find them. We both got a little sun today. You can tell my face is red. And Greg really got some sun too, which is weird. The sun wasn't out that much, but it was windy in some parts, so maybe that's why. As far as our feet are both doing really well. We don't have any blisters or any hot spots to report. Greg's ankle is just a tiny bit sore, but it was sore before he started. It hasn't gotten that much worse, so we'll keep an eye on that. Do you have any more ailments, honey?
Nope.
So we're doing pretty good. I mean, we just have sore bodies and sore feet, but that's par for the course. So that's all I know for tonight.